Hello and welcome to May's Crochet. I am Rachel. It is day 21 of our countdown to Halloween. Very exciting. Very, very exciting. And if you are unaware, I have been doing one pattern out of this book all month. It is by Rikki Gustafson. I will link it below. I got it off Amazon, but I've also seen it at Michael's. So all I've been doing is pulling one of these pieces of paper and doing the thing in the book. Pretty simple. So yesterday on day 20, we completed this Kelpie, which is a Celtic man-eating mer horse. And I learned the latch hook method for attaching hair to amigurumi. Normally I do it much more complicated, but this was really easy and now I know how to do it. I'm very excited. So that was day 20. So let's see what we are doing today for day 21. Okay. A kitsune. I think this is Japanese. Let me find it. He looks really cute and innocent. I don't know what crimes he's being charged with, but let's read. First of all, I hope I am pronouncing kitsune right. Actually, let me look it up. Okay, so I wasn't pronouncing it correctly. According to the YouTube, it is kitsune. So let's read what they do. Kitsune originate from Japanese mythology. They are clever and tricky foxes that possess special abilities. The number of tails a kitsune has can tell you a lot about them, and they can have up to 9. As they age and grow wiser, they not only grow more powerful, but they grow additional tails. It can take them up to 100 years to grow just one tail. So if you ever run into a 9-tailed fox, it may be best to just turn the other way. What do they do? Keep that in mind when deciding how many tails to make for your kitsune. Just like everything, there are good and bad kitsune, so don't worry when making yours. I'm sure you can nurture it to be as you wish. But be warned, even a good kitsune may enjoy some mischief every once in a while. Okay, but what do they do? I mean, clever and tricky describes all foxes, really. I think it's dealer's choice how many tails we do. Yeah, we'll see. Depends on when I run out of white yarn at this point. Okay, I got this far on the head earlier today, and then I had to go do like chores. Anyway, let's put some eyes on, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the snout, nose, muzzle, whatever now after I close the head and sew that on. Do I want to do that? Yes, I do want to do that. Just so I can get all the pieces off my desk. So yeah, head and then muzzle and then body, and then that's probably going to be it for today, and we'll finish up tomorrow with haunches, back paws, front legs, ears, and tails. Make as many as you'd like. Kitsune typically have between 2 and 9 tails, depending on their age. I made 7 for mine. I'm thinking 5. I'm thinking a young pup. Yeah, nice young baby kitsune, it's good. Maybe 4, depends on how Monday goes, you know? That part's done. Yay! You know, got something done. That's nice. I think I'm gonna go ahead and make the body. I'm not gonna sew the head and the body together tonight though. I haven't decided about the ears. It's getting late. I will go ahead and make the body and then continue with all the extra appendages tomorrow. And I guess technically 5 tails isn't like a baby. That'd be more middle-aged if it's 2 to 9, right? That's right, kind of in the middle. Pretty close. So I'll be making a middle-aged kitsune, all right? Not a baby. Very tempted to make the baby, but I won't. Got the body done, and the head and the muzzle done. Ooh, there we go. So tomorrow it'll be all the other extra pieces, but I'm going to bed for tonight. See you tomorrow. New car, who dis? Just kidding, it is my daughter's car. I am waiting for her to get out of dance. She still has her permit for a while. They have to get 50 hours of driving in, and we are slowly transitioning her into driving at night. So when she's out of class, she'll be driving home in the dusk. I am just sitting here waiting and trying to start the tails for the kitsune, and I forgot to bring the book. Whoops. I'm just going round and round until I think the tail's long enough, and maybe I'll have one done. I made all the other pieces this morning off camera. I have none of the body parts or anything here to compare it to. So I'm just making rounds. She'll be out in about 10 minutes. I will just keep doing this until she gets out, and then eventually I will get home, finish the tails, and do assembly, hopefully tonight. I really need to get this done so I can move on to the next guy. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Rachel, why are there 5 crocheted tampons on your desk? There aren't. These are tails. These are the tails. I was gonna make 5 tails and I did. They just happen to look like tampons. The white doesn't help. So anyway, let's see, I guess last time I was in the car at dance and I'd started one of these and I forgot my book. I made it up to 14 rounds and then I'm like, well, that's probably too much. And then it was time to go. And I got home and nope, I needed to decrease after 12 rounds from 12 stitches down to 6. And so it was only 13 rounds. So just had to pull back a couple, fix it. And then I made 4 more. And that should be all the parts. And then I also added the ears to the head because I just needed something quick to work on. They're a little high. They should be like 2 stitches or 2 rows down on each side, but I'm not gonna fix it. I don't want to. So it is late. I stayed up long enough to make 5 tails, and I need to go to bed. So tomorrow shall be assembly day in the morning. Wow. Maybe late morning, early afternoon. We'll see. I don't know. Good night. Okay, I was right. It is afternoon. I knew it would be. I knew I was not gonna come back this morning and work on anything, but at least it is the next day and not like 4 days later. So now let's assemble. Head and body first, obviously. Head and body are attached. Really, genuinely the easiest part for me at this point. I am glad I went ahead and did the ears and the muzzle because now it's like 3 less things I have to worry about later. So now we are just doing haunches and the front paws. So it's gonna sit kind of like the jackalope I did. I don't know when. It's gonna look like this. Probably exactly like this, actually. In fact, they could almost be related. The fox and the rabbit. This is my container of critters. I have nowhere else to keep them. There's so many. And I haven't gotten to a display system yet. All right. Haunches. Okay, so haunches, front paws, and arms are all on. All that's left are the tails. 5 of them. I could have done less. I could have done more. Right down the middle, okay? Anyway, I think I'll do like 3 on the bottom and then 2 on top, like tiered. I guess. I don't know what I'm doing. So I need it to balance. Obviously, it's best if I start in the middle. I don't know why I didn't do that to begin with, but anyway. I've got 1 on, but I'm not tying anything off, weaving in anything until they're all on. I just hope I don't have to replace things, move them around, and I can cut the tails down though, so I don't have so many strings in the way. There's like no technique here. I am just stabbing stitches trying to get these things to stay on. 3 tails on, 2 more to go, and they're going to be kind of staggered in between, so like you would be able to see all of them. And it helps balance him while he sits. And now we have a 5-tailed kitsune. I can say it, right? I did go in and like tack all of these to pull them just up a little bit, just ran a stitch right through, and now he sits beautifully. I'm really glad I chose that option. There he is from the bottom. Oh, okay. Okay, I feel like something's missing, but I think I got all the parts. I think it's just because I did the ears and the muzzle before I did everything else that I feel like. I normally do all the appendages last, and I did these 2 very early. So yeah, all right. Well, that is day 21 done for our countdown Halloween. Very exciting. So 9 more of these guys, and then 1 video on Halloween, hopefully making some sort of display system. I'm really, really leaning toward just like the corner hammock up here so that it'll always be there. That is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube things, and I will see you tomorrow.